Hi, Joe Caminati here with Average Joes Archery to talk to you a little bit about getting prepared for the archery season. Archery season is right around the corner for most of us, so just want to go through some of the preparation that I take in when I get ready for the season. We're at the back of my truck here because let's face it, you know, when we're getting ready for the season, this is where we're going to be spending a lot of our time. So I thought I'd go through some of the gear that I carry and how I get ready with that gear to be safe in the woods this season. So right here, I got my bow all set in my Lakewood bow case. But you know, we've talked about that before. That's really not something that's really important. Some of the other things we want to touch on tonight. So we're going to push this back here in the box of the truck, and we're going to get out my handy bow. So when I'm going on a hunt, most everything that I'm going to need to be safe and to be comfortable out in that tree stand or ground blind or box blind is going to be right here in this tote. So I'm just going to open her up. We'll pull some of the stuff out on the tailgate, and we'll go through it here for you. So we got our pack. Everybody's got a pack. This is a hybrid fanny pack. This is one of the ones that I use for tree stand hunting if I'm not traveling a long way to the stand here. One thing that you want to just make sure with any pack, it's good quality and it's going to be comfortable for you and fits all the gear that you're going to need. Got a good pair of quality boots. Got some lacrosse rubber boots here. As far as some of the clothing that I have in here, I've got my ASAT leafy suit, got some pants, hats, gloves, some black stuff if I'm going into a ground blind or a box blind. One of the most important pieces of equipment I have in here is my tree stand safety harness. This one here happens to be a muddy tree stand harness. So very, very important. If you're going to be in a tree stand, always have a harness on. So this is some of the stuff that we put in the box here. When I get ready for the season here, I want to make sure that all my gear is cleaned and prepped for the season. If you're buying brand new camo, make sure that you're washing it using a scent eliminating soap. One extra step that I always take is I always worry, not really worry or whatever, but I always treat for any UV. So I use the Atzco UV killer on all my clothing. Deer see things a lot differently than we do, especially in low light conditions, and a lot of the camo clothing out there, especially the more affordable stuff, is printed in UV inks, and that tends to glow to the deer. So one thing that I want to make sure is that I treat all my clothing with that UV killer so that I'm not sticking out and my camo is actually being effective. So very, very important to make sure that you wash everything. Once everything is washed, I use the ScentLock Oz system right here in between hunts. And what this is this is a portable ozone generator, and it goes right in my tote here after I'm done with a hunt or the night before that I'm going to go out. I just hit that little button there. It produces ozone, and it's what's basically or what the industry calls dry washing. The ozone eliminates all the bacteria and microorganisms that create odor. Therefore, it eliminates your odor and makes your clothing, your boots, your packs, everything scent free for when you go out in the woods. That means that you're going to be using less chemicals to treat with the sprays and everything, and you're going to be a lot more effective while you're out there. So nice new product here that I highly recommend. We've talked about the safety harness here. Just touch base here. I don't care what brand is on here. This one happens to be a muddy harness. Two important things about a harness: you want it easily usable. So make sure that you practice with your harness. Make sure that you put it on and you're able to take this thing on and off in the dark, because hey, let's face it, when we head out to hunt, a lot of times we're doing stuff in the dark, whether we're coming back in from the hunt or we're heading out in the morning. So make sure that it is very, very easy for you to put on and you're familiar with it before the hunt. Second thing is you want it to be comfortable. You're going to be spending a lot of time in a tree, a lot of time in a tree stand. Same thing with your harness. Make sure that it's comfortable for you. And there's a lot of good brands out there: Muddy, Spider, Hunter Safety Systems, all very, very good brands here that'll keep you safe and comfortable out there. I've got some ASAT clothing. I really like that. For early season, I've got the leafy suit here. Just helps kind of break up your silhouette a little bit more. some great products. Like I said, just some accessories here like gloves, hats, what have you. Good pair of boots. I use these boots pretty much year-round. Early season, they're great. Later on in the season, I have the Thermocell heated insoles here to keep my feet warm and dry, so that way I can stay comfortable and spend a little bit more time in the woods. So let's face it, if we're not in the woods, can't shoot a deer. Talk a little bit about the pack here and some of the essential things that I bring out in my pack. I'll just kind of open this up here. We'll spread all this out on the tailgate here for you. Start here on the side pouch here. Obviously, I got some water. You want to stay hydrated while you're out there. Very, very important, especially if you do have a long walk or you know, you're lucky enough to harvest an animal and you got to drag it out there. Good pair of optics. Very, very important so you can see what you're pursuing. Most archers know that the key to being accurate is knowing your distance. I've got a Nikon rangefinder here, extremely important. Little hint, make sure that you check your batteries before you go out there, and make sure that everything is working good. In the main pouch here, for quick access, I got a nice wind checker, so that way we can tell wind direction, doe bleat. Nice little call here. Got some scent wafers. The Camo FX face paint. If it's warm out like it is right now in early season, you don't want to wear a hood or a face mask. Kind of helps break up that silhouette. Open up this front compartment here. I've got extra batteries for my rangefinder and also for my flashlights. Also got our tag and our little Average Joe's license holder, very, very important. Trying to see if there's anything else in here. This pack here has a nice little hook here so you can put your car keys in there. Keep them secure so you don't lose them while you're rustling around in the tree. Over off on the side here, I've got a couple of different flashlights. Extra bow holder if I'm moving to a set that I'm not familiar with, or a new set. Always have a spare one of these. I've got my rattling antlers. Got a nice sharp gutting knife or cleaning knife here, just in case you get lucky. A good call here. A lot of the calls are adjustable, so these are good for during the rut. Also during preseason, you can switch them over to either a fawn bleat or a doe bleat if you're in pursuit of a early season doe. Got some nose jammer, some cover scent on the side here. Got some Wildlife Research Autumn Formula scent killer, and I've got some Whitetail Country doe urine here. When it comes to putting scents out, that's really specific to the time of year that you're going to be out there hunting. Make sure that you match up not only your calling, but what kind of scents you're using. You don't want to use an estrus scent really early in the season. You want to save that for more pre-rut or rut time. Same thing with your calling. You don't want to get extremely aggressive during the early season or in the very, very late season with your calling. Save that for the rut. But there's a lot of different times where you can have some success with different things, and it's all about trial and error. So I hope you enjoyed kind of my run through here of some of the equipment that helps me be successful and keeps me safe out there in the woods. Please feel free to like our YouTube channel. If you have any comments or would like to see any future videos, make sure you put it in the comments below here. We'd be glad to talk about some different topics for you. Once again, this is Joe Caminati with Average Joes Archery. Be safe out in the woods and have fun. Thank you and have a great night.